made your opinions quite clear on the value of question 3. Moving on. Validate all the data accumulated. The data on this is massive. Why does baseball have the highest degree of correlation? Even more than question 8.
Our methodology was exhaustive. Subject 12's answers in regards to baseball in his childhood were particularly fascinating. See here. We need another
I'll let the
baseball
Recording Institute know. Or is there some sort of defect in their program?
Still some areas we have not checked out. To the south. I think we have actually explored everything. I can't think of any areas that I saw, but I'm going to guess that we will not be able to go back to the Covenant. Ah, well, we've still got a trip to make back to our home base anyway. Well, I wonder if that means that if I kill everybody in Covenant, it becomes a settlement I can use. Trying to look at the bright side, folks. Starlight Drive-In is that way. Inventory. Aid. I'm going to need a few more. Crispy Pearl Bits. And try that. That should work. While we're here. back to Sanctuary, dump off all this junk, and I'll do off-camera crafting before our next adventure. Let's at least get back to Sanctuary, because you never know what's going to try and shoot us in the face by the time we get back. By the time we get there, or blow us up or something. I think all this adventure happened because I went to collect a couple suits of power armor out in the wasteland. I really do need to get blacksmith and armor to increase my stuff there. But I think commando might be a good idea as well. Commando or sneak. And actually another one that might be a good idea is the heavy gunner. Really any of the weapon ones would make good sense right now. Heavy gunner, explosives. I'll probably end up gathering a couple of levels when I turn these into Present as well. I have a couple I have to turn into Present, don't I? But Preston Garvey's at the other place, isn't he? So I won't be able to turn them in at Sanctuary. Yeah, that's fair. Preston is our next stop anyway after we do repairs and pick up that second suit of power armor. Actually, Abernathy Farm isn't too far from here, and I think they're all potatoes. Maybe I can go and see if I can harvest from them. I can eat some potatoes. Where that farm? Yeah, Abernathy Farm. We're going to head towards Abernathy Farm. The frick up the rocks. I wonder if you can actually pick up the Radiant Minutemen quest by just talking to the settlers before he gives you the quests. Ah, potatoes. Lovely. Lovely potatoes.
I'll give you caps for anything you bring me.
You look like you have a pretty successful farm here.
We'd like to think so. Having Clarabelle helps. Free fertilizer, as Daddy would say. Whatever saves caps.
Clarabelle? Who's that?
Claire is our Brahmin. I like to consider her just as much a part of the family as Maisie. She's our cat, in case you were going to ask about her too.
Sure. I got time to help out.
Great. Doesn't have to be now, but whenever you get the time.
Quite the contraption you got. Can't say I've seen anything like it.
Mean the power armor?
Hi.
Let me tell you, farming ain't easy. Out in the field all day, every day. And every minute of it spent watching your back.
What kind of crops do you grow here?
Mostly potatoes so far, but we're starting on melons. Lake Abernathy. You new to the Commonwealth?
How long has this farm been here?
Generations, I'd say. My father, and his father at least. How about you? Ever think about working the land?
What do you need to start up a farm?
Well, my father would have told you it's the 3 L's. Land, labor, and love. You gotta have land to work, you gotta put in a full day's labor. And you gotta love what you do. Anyone who doesn't ain't gonna last long. Word of advice though, if you do start up a farm, be ready to deal with the raiders. Why do all the hard work when you can just take what you want at gunpoint?
Bastards. All of them.
Last time those raiders hit us, my daughter Mary tried to stand up to them. Now she's buried out back of the house. Only 21 years old, and they shot her down without a thought. That's why we need the Minutemen back. And the sooner, the better. So you know them.
You mean
Any idea
Preston
why they haven't
Garvey's
been around so much lately?
Not sure. Sounded like most of them were dead.
That's a damn shame. Those were brave men and women. They'd been here when those raiders hit us. My daughter Mary might still be alive. I don't have much to offer, but those raiders that killed Mary, they took her locket too. It's been in Connie's family for generations. If you could get it back, it'd mean a lot to us.
As it just so happens.
I took care of some raiders earlier. I think I found the locket you're talking about.
You serious? That's great news. Connie's gonna be speechless. Whatever the Minutemen need, you can count on us. We got a decent workshop here, and Connie's sure to go leaner on her prices after what you've done.
Take all.
Nice to have the
That's going to be very useful now. Well, since I've got this place set up as a farm, I do need to set up some defenses, don't I? I guess that should be the first thing I do, is set up a few defenses. Don't have the supplies to set up good defenses. Not only until at least until I've linked this with the rest of my caravans. Do I have enough to make a recruitment radio beacon? I do. Do I have enough to make a power generator of some sort? I do. Enough to link the two? I do. do I have enough to set up the ever so popular Brahmin feed trough? I do. Good. Do I have enough? Do I have any sort of water situation thing? Doesn't look like it. Have to go by at the old standby. Well, no, actually, I heard that if you link these things together, it actually will share water.
Seems to be growing well.
Now, let's see. I need to find somebody here. I think we just pulled in a settler, so I can probably link them to one of our facilities. So I could find them. Lake Abernathy. Lucy Abernathy, I can't supply line you. Ah, you're our new settler. I'm going to link you to Ten Pines Bluff.
Blake told me what you did for us. For Mary. I know it's not much, but any trading you want to do, I'll go easy on the price. Let me know if there's anything you want to take a look at.
How are you holding up?
Thanks to you. Better. Mary was a good kid. She had fire in her. I can't tell you how many arguments we had. That girl hated rules, and believe me, I had plenty.
Do you regret it? All the rules?
I'd say sure, but who knows? Without those rules, maybe something worse happens. The only thing I regret is not being able to save her. We knew the risks of having kids these days, and we took them. But it was worth it. I won't argue that. Anyway, enough. I'm sure you got plenty of your own thoughts to deal with rather than listen to mine. But like I said, if you need something, just let me know. It's not every day a stranger comes along and helps us out the way you did.
Maybe later.
Let me know if you change your mind.
Are you sure there isn't someone more suited?
Alright, let's see here. Now, turrets. Still don't have enough to set up any good turrets. It's kind of a bummer. Let's see what the bed situation is. Is there something I can take advantage of and make better? is your bed situation? So in place of that, we will put in that. You guys might have some trouble getting into it, but you know what? That's your problem. Can't scrap either one of those. Can't scrap that.
Rubbish.
Let's see. There's something I can use to put in beds. Up here, I suppose, would work. I look like all the food is actually being produced pretty well. So then, can I do something else? Put up some guard posts. Give you like a patrol route. got a defensive perimeter. Now I just need to find a settler who isn't farming. I believe there was one. You. I want you. To go there. Well, they've got some basic defenses. Is there any type of turrets I can set up? Laser turret, I suppose. Better than nothing. Yeah, it's better than nothing. Make sure we get all of the various supplies out of here and make our way towards Sanctuary.
Having a problem letting go.
Ah, there's the red rocket. A little bit further. Get the power armor fixed up while we've got access to a place to fix it up. Looks like I can scrap these things, which is kind of weird. Power armor is fully repaired. almost back to Sanctuary. That's a lot of provisioners coming to Sanctuary. I feel like I should take down the concrete slab and put more of these up. I feel like I can do a lot to just sort of resort my walls. Like there's holes over there I could probably fix. Now, T45, 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 51. Store all my junk in there. Let's see. All this stuff and see if I can craft anything with it. I know I don't technically need to, but I prefer to. I like having it in my inventory when I'm crafting. If I have anything in my miscellaneous, though, that I can store in there. Sort by weight. I don't mind storing my mods in here, so I can do that. I actually have 2 levels now. I mean, I really should put points into blacksmith and armor. At least armor, because I know I'm going to need that to upgrade, like, to make power armor and whatnot. But it's like, there's other things I need for survivability. Like the different gun perks. That would also be useful. You know, I think what I'm gonna do, it just, since I have 2 perk points, I'm gonna finish off the 2 perks so that I just, the 2 perk trees that have only 1 perk in them each to finish them. Like Rifleman, do that, and Penetrator. That way they're just completely done and out of the way. I don't need to worry about them ever again. Let's see here. What else is there of note before we end the stream? I'm trying to think if there's anything in particular I want to do on camera. I don't think there's anything really of note aside from crafting related things. That's right, I never did finish putting in my power lines here, did I? So I ran out of copper. So I might as well finish my power circuits. That seems to have done it. That seems to have connected everything. Well, the first floor is all going to be generators. So I can really dial this place out. I need to build like a barracks though. I can put the barracks on the second floor. Or I could build it in a separate building. I could also make this like a defensive point. With some turrets up here at some point in the future. Huh. Well, I think that's a good place to officially end this. The rest is just going to be crafting and whatnot off. So I'll see you all